Hey guys, this is Chris from Critters Rehatched, and welcome back to 31 Krites of Halloween. Today's topic, Critters Remake. That's right, there was news recently about the guy who directed Annabelle Creation, and he was talking about he would want to do a Critters remake and a Nightmare on Elm Street remake if he could. And a lot of people, like the internet lit up with it. They were like, oh my god, a Critters remake is happening. And the first thing I did was I dug in and got the details, and I contacted him and asked him specifically what was going on with this. Was he doing the Critters remake? And he told me that it was just something that it was a comment that someone made to him about what projects he'd be interested in doing. And he mentioned, oh, I would love to do a Nightmare on Elm Street remake or a Critters remake because I love those franchises. And somehow that comment turned into news. It's not news, it was just a comment he made to somebody, and everybody thought because he said that into a comment that he was literally going to go out and make these movies happen now. But that's not the case. There's no Critters remake happening or Nightmare on Elm Street remake happening with him attached or any that's been out there yet. So I'll bring you guys the news the first time it ever happens. But with this topic, I want to say if I was to make a remake or if I was to be able to have my ideas out there for a remake, here is what I would do. First off, I think I would keep the same plot of the first movie. Pretty simple, you know, with the small town, the farm location and everything. That's what I would do. I would keep it like that. But I actually feel like I would make it more of a sequel, but it would be the same plot of the first movie, if that makes any sense to you guys. Where I've already thought it through. The movie would start off with a sheriff. It wouldn't be Sheriff Harv necessarily, but a sheriff is investigating a call out on one of the routes or whatever in the giant fields, and he's out walking around, and the ground starts shaking, and he gets out of his car and he starts walking through the field, and all of a sudden he looks up and there's a spaceship that's flying across the sky, and it's starting to land somewhere off in the distance. And then the camera looks over to his face, and the sheriff just looks up and goes, "Great, they're back." And then that's the rolling credits and stuff like that to start the movie off. But I think I would just keep it simple and do the whole in town like Critters 1 and 2 type sequence for a remake-esque thing where the bounty hunters come in and try to fight off all the critters. It's just, I don't think I would go too expensive for that. I wouldn't go big where they take over like everybody in the entire nation, you know. I wouldn't want anything like that. If you do the effects, it has to be practical animatronics and stuff like that. You got to have the Kyoto brothers there. No matter what you do, you got to get the Kyoto brothers involved, and they have to do the puppets. They got to, make the original hand puppets and the animatronic puppets. It's just something that you cannot do these films without puppets. That's what I would do. And another thing that I would have is I would have one star name. That's it. Everybody else would be no names or B-list actors. Then you'd have one star, and they don't have to be the main person, just kind of somewhere in the movie to kind of get that out there a little bit further. Kind of like how Critters 3 had Leonardo DiCaprio, Critters 4 had Angela Bettis and Brad Dourif, Critters 1 and 2, Dee Wallace had that, and then Lynn Shay, and there's just all kinds of people you could get that would be a big name just for a small little role, and it would help get the name of the Critters out there. But there's so much more I would do for the film, but I don't really want to go in details. It would take forever to go through every little spot. So that's just kind of my idea in general wrapped up. So what would you guys do if you were in charge of making a Critters remake? How would you go about doing it? So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.